Hello students, today we will again continue the chapter The Enemy. We have already read the half chapter textual. We have already seen that Yumi, the maid servant, refused to clean the white man, and now Hana is alone in the room. The question is, will Hana help the wounded man and wash him herself? So, in the conviction of her own superiority, she bent impulsively and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. So, she untied the cloths. Actually, the cloths were in rags and there were knots. She opened that. When she had his breast bare, she dipped the small clean towel that Yumi had brought into the steaming hot water and washed his face carefully. We have already seen that Yumi came with Hana holding the wooden bucket with the hot water. So Hana started cleaning the white man's breast. She was cleaning just for surgery only. The man's skin, though rough with exposure, was of a fine texture, must have been very blond when he was a child. She was, while cleaning, she was thinking the man must have very uh, shiny skin at his childhood when he was a child. So, after cleaning, the texture of the skin became shiny. While she was thinking these thoughts, though was not really liking the man better now that he was no longer a child, then she recalled that the man is not a child now. She kept on washing him until his upper body was quite clean. But she dared not to turn him over. Where was Sadao? Now she was not having courage to turn the man and clean the lower back part of the person. Now she recalled about Sadao, her husband. Now her anger was ebbing and she was anxious again and rose up, wiping her hands on the wrong towel. Now she again became angry and she cleaned her hands with wrong towel she was cleaning the white man. Then lest the man was chilled, she put the quilt over him. तो उसकी बॉडी ठंडी नहीं हो जाए, so she was preparing him for the surgery. She put the quilt over him, उस रजाई को ऊपर डाल दिया, which she was thinking that it is white and flowered silk, but she put over him. So now she called softly. He had been about to come in when she called. His hand had been on the door and now he opened it. She saw that he had brought his surgeon's emergency bag and that he wore his surgeon's coat. Now Sadao was ready for surgery and he took all the material required for that. You have decided to operate, she cried. Yes, he said shortly. He turned his back to her and unfolded the sterilized towel upon the floor of Tokonoma alcove. Tokonoma alcove is Japanese way of maintaining the house, wooden floor, etc., and put his instruments upon it. On the wooden floor, he opened the sterilized towel and all the surgical instruments she put on that sterilized towel. Fetch towels, he said. He ordered or commanded his wife that bring towels. She went obediently, but now anxious now to the linen shelf and took out the towels. There ought also to be old pieces of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. So she decided to bring also the mattings, tukde, pieces of cloth. The blood would not ruin the fine floor covering so that she can manage to handle the floor, should not be dirty. She went out to back in the veranda where the gardener kept the strips of matting with which to protect delicate shrubs on cold nights and took the armful of them. So she took the armful of mattings which the gardener usually used to cover the plants in winter. But when she went back into the room, she saw this was useless. This was of no use now. The blood had already soaked through the packing as Sadao opened the wound and the blood started flowing again and had ruined the mat under him. So fine flooring was already ruined, destroyed. Oh, the mat, she cried. Yes, it ruined, Sadao replied as though he did not care. Sadao was totally involved in the surgery, so he did not pay any attention to it. Help me to turn him, he commanded her. He ordered his wife that help me to turn the man. She obeyed him without a word and began to wash the man's back carefully. She cleaned the back also. Yumi would not wash him, she said. Did you wash him then? Sadao asked, not stopping the instrument, his swift, concise movements. He has put the instrument in the wound and he was now searching for the bullet. So, without stopping his work, he asked, then you have cleaned? Yes, she said. He did not seem to hear her. It seemed to her that he is not paying attention to her, but she was used to her absorption when he was at work. So she was in the habit when Sadao was in work, he totally absorbed in his work. She wondered for a moment if it mattered to him what was the body upon him which was worked so long as it was the work he did so excellently. Now she was surprised if he paid attention to these matters, then what will happen to the body on which he was operating. So that due to this habit that he was totally involved in his work, he was paying total attention on the patient while surgery. That's why he did his work so excellently and he became the one of the famous surgeon of the Japan. Tokonoma, here the meaning is given. Japanese home for displaying flower arrangement. Tokonoma is the other piece of art. So artistically the floor was decorated with the mat which was ruined due to blood. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs, he said. Sadao asked his wife that if the patient or POW, prisoner of war, requires the anesthesia. Anesthesia is the medicine to be used to become the patient unconscious. She repeated blankly, but never have I. She said that I have never used it. How can I give the medicine? It is easy enough, he said impatiently. Sadao became impatient. He was losing his temper. He said that it is easy. Angrily, he said. He was taking out the packing now, and the blood began to flow more quickly. Again, when the lower back was cleaned, he again, packing which he covered at the sea beach with the sea moss, he peered into the wound with the bright surgeon's light fastened on his forehead. He looked into the wound. The bullet is still there, and he said with cool interest, now I wonder how deep this rock wound is. He was surprised that this rock wound is very deep. If it is not too deep, it may be that I can get the bullet. If the rock has not hit the enemy, then he can easily put the bullet out, but the bleeding is not superficial. Superficial is the upper part of the skin. So blood is not coming from only the upper layer of the skin. It was a deep cut and many layers of the skin was already ruined. He has lost much blood. That's why he has lost much blood, because he was hit by the sea or the rock on the same point. At this moment Hana stopped. He looked up and saw her face the color of sulfur. Suddenly Hana's face became white, or you can say yellow also. Do not faint, he said sharply. He did not put down the exploring instrument. He asked that do not faint, do not become unconscious, because I cannot leave the instrument of surgery. If I stop now, the man will surely die. If I will try to help you, then this man will surely die. She clapped her knees, covered her hands to her mouth. She covered her face, mouth with the hands, and leaped up and ran out of the room and jumped up, and she went outside the room. Outside in the garden, he heard her retching. Retching here means vomiting. She heard the sound of vomiting, but he went on with his work, but he continued his surgery. It will be better for her to empty her stomach. He thought that it is better that she can empty her stomach. He thought that he had forgotten that, of course, she had never seen an operation, but her distress and his inability to go to her at once made him impatient and irritable. Suddenly, while surgery, he became irritable or impatient because he can't help his wife at that moment with this man who lay like dead under his knife. He was very angry due to this man who was lying dead, almost dead, under his knife, and due to this man he is not able to help his wife. This man, he thought, there was no reason under heaven why he should live. Why I am not helping my wife due to this person, and there is no reason why he should live in this world. Unconsciously, this thought made him ruthless, cruel. Unconsciously, due to this reason that he is not able to attend his wife, he became cruel and proceeded swiftly. And he, with his instrument, he started his work doing in a swiftly with the sharp movements. In his dream, the man mourned. Mourn is the painful voice, Karahana, but Sadao paid no heed except to mutter at him. Sadao paid no attention to him. Groan, he muttered. Groan if you like. I'm not doing this for my own pleasure. In fact, I do not know why I'm doing it. So he said that I'm not doing for my enjoyment, and I don't know why I'm doing this surgery. The door opened and there was Hannah again. Hannah again came. Where is the anesthetic? She asked in a clear voice. Now his throat was clear, and she said that, tell me about the anesthesia. Sadao motioned with his chin. It is as well that you come back, he said. This fellow is beginning to stay. Sadao just answered with his chin and said that as you came, this man has started moving. So movement during the surgery is very problematic. So he requires anesthesia. She had the bottle and some cotton in her hand. But how shall I do it? She asked. Simply saturate the cotton and hold it near his nostrils. Saturate, soak the cotton with the medicine and put this cotton near his nostrils. उसके नाक के पास उस कॉटन को सूंघाना है आपने. Sadao replied without delaying one of the moment with this intricate details of his work. When he breathes badly, move it away a little. Without leaving his work, he instructed that when he starts breathing heavily, with difficulty he is taking breath, then move a little away this cotton. She crouched close to the sleeping face of the young American. Crouched, dubak kar baithna, near the American man. It was piteously thin face, she thought, and her lips were twisted. The man was suffering whether she knew it or not. She started observing the face of that enemy, and she was thinking whether he is aware or not, but he is suffering the pain. Watching him, she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the suffering of the prisoners were true. She is now recalling whatsoever they have heard about that prisoners were treated badly in the prison, whether it is true or not. They came like flickers of rumors told by the word of mouth and always contradicted. So always these stories are contradicted, they are crossing to each other. Sometimes these are true, sometimes these are false. In the newspaper, the reporters were always that where the Japanese armies went to, the people received him gladly with cries of the joys of their liberation. And on country, it is in the newspaper that wherever the Japanese went, Japanese armies, they were welcomed gladly, happily on their liberation आज़ादी पर. तो न्यूज़पेपरों में इस तरह के न्यूज़ पढ़ते हैं कि जैपनीज़ आर्मी जहाँ भी जाते हैं लोगों ने हैप्पीली अटेंड करते हैं कि वो आज़ाद हो गए. बट समटाइम्स शी रिमेंबर्ड सच मैन एज जनरल टाकिमा who at home beat his wife cruelly, though no one mentioned it now, that it had fought so victorious a battle in the Manchuria. If a man like that could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would he not be cruel to one like this, for instance? Now she is analyzing the situation, how the people welcome him. If General Tokima won the battles and he was beating and treating his wife very cruelly, how can uh, one can expect that he can treat the prisoner of war kindly? So these stories are contradictory. The person who beats his wife, how can he treat the prisoner of war kindly? She hoped anxiously that this young man had not been tortured. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars on his neck, just under the ear. She was guessing that this man was not treated badly in the prison, but at the same moment when she was just watching and giving anesthesia to him, she observed the red scars, red marks of injury on near his neck and ear. Those scars, she murmured, lifting her eyes to Sadao. She started watching Sadao, but he did not answer. At this moment, he felt the tip of his instrument strike against something hard, dangerously near the kidney. Now, his instrument had already touched the bullet, which was near the kidney. All thought left him. He felt only the purest pleasure. He probed with his fingers delicately and familiar with the every atom of his human body. So exact point he got, and with his fingers he touched the bullet, and he was aware of every part of the human body. His old American professor of anatomy we have already discussed the study of human body. So while studying the medical, he studied the every part of body, had been to that knowledge. Ignorance of the human body is the surgeon's cardinal sin. So this is very important statement. The question can come, who said, in which context? The statement was said by American professor of anatomy. Ignorance of the human body. While teaching in the class, he was shouting this line, that if you are not aware of the human body, then it is surgeon is not doing the surgery, then he is doing the sin, cardinal sin, पाप. तो पाप कर रहा है without, if you are doing doing the surgery of one part and another you are destroying, then it is sin. He had thundered at the classes year after year. He was shouting in his classes this sentence: to operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if you had make it anything less than that is murder. Without the knowledge of the body, if you are operating, then it is just like murder. It is not quite at the kidney, my friend, Sadao murmured. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forgot himself in an operation. So this is the characteristic of Sadao, that he was totally involved in his work, and it is his habit. While during the surgery, he talks with the patient, asking, friend. Now he totally forgot that he was doing the surgery of the enemy. My friend, he always called the patient, and so he did, forgetting that he was his enemy. Then quickly, with the cleanest and most precise of incisions, The bullet was out. The man quivered. Bullet came out of the body, and the man started trembling, but he was still unconscious. Nevertheless, he muttered a few English words. In his unconsciousness, he muttered, बड़बड़ा रहा था कुछ words भी. Guts, he muttered, choking. They got my guts. Guts, आंतें, मेरी आंतें निकाल लेंगे वो, बड़बड़ा रहा था. Sadao, Hannah cried sharply. Hush, Sadao said. Hannah thought that the man is awakened, but he had not. Sadao had not paid any attention to to Hannah as well as to the patient, because he knew that he was speaking in unconscious state. The man sank again into the silence so profound that Sadao took up the wrist, hitting the touch of it. Yes, there was still a pulse, so faint, so feeble, but enough. He wanted the man to live, to give hope. So, man was again became unconscious, totally unconscious. Sadao touched his wrist, and he was feeling hatred while touching. So the pulse was very weak, feeble, but it was enough to make the person alive. There was a hope also that he can live. But certainly I do not want this man to live, he thought. I don't want that this man should live in this world. No more anesthetic, he told Hannah. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused, and from the medicines he chose a small vial. From it filled a hypodermic and thrust it into the patient's left arm. Very quickly he selected the medicine of injection. Hypodermic is the syringe, and vial is the small bottle of medicine from which the syringe is filled. Then, putting down the needle, he took the man's wrist again. After injecting him, he again feel the pulse of the person. The pulse under the fingers fluttered once or twice, and then it grew stronger. Earlier it was feeble, now it becomes stronger. Pulse became stronger. This man will live in spite of all, he said to Hannah, and sighed. This man must live in this world now, because during the surgery, if he died, it will become the fault of Sadao. So he must live. What will Sadao and his wife do with the man? Now Sadao had operated, and what he will do? The young man woke, so weak, his blue eyes so terrified when he perceived where he was. When he woke up the next day, he saw and he observed that he is in one of the Japanese house, that Hannah felt compelled to apologize herself. She herself served him, for none of the servants would enter the room. It was compulsion for Hannah to attend this person, as the servants refused to come to this room. When she came the first time, she saw him summon his small strength to be prepared for some fearful thing. Summon, collecting his strength. Here, meaning also literal meaning is call. He was collecting his strength. अपनी हिम्मत जुटा रहा था कुछ fearful करने के लिए. Don't be afraid, she begged him softly. She requested कि डरो नहीं. How come you speak English? He gasped. Gasp means taking breath heavily. With difficulty he spoke that, how can you speak English? I was long time in America, she replied. Hannah replied that I have spent too many years in America. She saw that he wanted to reply to that, but he could not, and she knelt and fed him gently from Proclean spoon. Proclean चीनी मिट्टी के स्पून से उसको खिलाती है, but Hannah was not interested to feed him, and enemy was not willing to take food from her, but he was not able to eat himself. That's why they have to do. Now you will soon be strong, she said, not liking him and yet moved to comfort him. She was not interested in him, but just to make him comfortable so that he can recover from his injury. He did not answer. When Sadao came in the third day after the operation, he found the young man sitting up and his face bloodless with the effort. Bloodless, he became white. So when Dr. Sadao came to observe him, his wound. So he became angry and he said, "Lie down," Sadao cried. "Do you want to die? मरना चाहते हो क्या?" He forced him the man down gently and strongly and examined the wound. ज़बरदस्ती उसे लेटा दिया और उसके घाव को चेक किया. "You may kill yourself if you do this sort of thing," he scolded. उसे डांटा कि अगर तुम इस तरह का कुछ और करोगे तो अपने आप को मार लोगे. "What are you doing to do with me?" the boy muttered. He looked just now barely 17. "Are you going to hand me over?" He earlier when they were cleaning the body for the surgery, then it seemed to them he was just 25 years, but now he had somewhat little bit recovered. So the person is looking just like 17 years, and he here Tom or prisoner of war questioned that, "What are you going to do with me? Are you going to hand me over to the police?" For a moment Sadao did not answer. He finished the examination and then pulled the silk quilt over the man. As we have seen during the surgery, it is the habit of Sadao that he is totally involved in his work. So he did not pay attention to his question, and he, after observing the wound, he put the silk quilt over him. "I do not know myself. What shall I do with you?" he said. Sadao answered that even I don't know what I am going to do with you. I ought, of course, to give you to the police. I should give you to the police. It's my duty to give you to the police. You are prisoner of war. No, do not tell me anything. Wow, prisoner of war, was about to speak, but Sadao in between stopped him and asked him not to tell me anything about you. He put his hand and he saw the young man was about to speak. "And do not even tell me your name unless I ask it." So Sadao ordered him, "Do not tell me anything about you or even your name," because any type of attachment Sadao do not want to do with him. He did not want to know anything about his past or his personal life. They looked at each other for a moment, and then the young man closed his eyes and turned the face to the wall. He turned his face. "Okay," he whispered, his mouth bitter line. Face कड़वाहट भरा हो गया. That means that the expression was not good at his face. Outside the door, Hana was waiting for Sadao. He saw at once that she was in trouble. He observed that Hana is in problem. "Sadao, Yumi tells me that the servants feel they cannot stay if we hide this man here anymore," she said. "She tells me that they are saying that you and I were so long in America that we have forgotten to think of our own country first. We think like Americans." Uh, Hana told Sadao that the servants are talking about their masters, and they are saying that they are attached or they are concerned with Americans, that's why they are kind enough with the prisoner of war. They are not uh, thinking just like their masters. "It is not true," Sadao said harshly. "Americans are our enemies, but I have been trained not to let a man die if I can help it." Then Sadao explained Hana that their thinking is wrong and Americans are our enemies. But being a doctor, I cannot let a man die. So I'm given the training, and I have taken also the pledge that chapters begin with this conflict. What he should do, whether he should perform the duty as a citizen or as a doctor. "The servants can't understand that," she said anxiously. "No," he agreed. Either seemed able to say more, and somehow the household dragged on. Somehow the work was going on. The servants grew more watchful. The servants were very watchful. Their observation was very minute now. They are observing their masters minutely. Their courtesy was as careful as ever, but their eyes were cold upon the pair of whom they were hired. They were cut. They were very polite with their masters, but they were angry due to the prisoner of war. It is clear that our master ought to do, the old gardener said one morning. So this statement is also important. The short question can come here. Who said it is clear what our master ought to do? So the old gardener told one morning he had worked with the flowers all his life and had been a specialist too in moss. So he was expert in his work of gardening. For Sadao's father, he had made one of the finest moss garden in Japan, sweeping the bright green carpet constantly so that not a leaf of pine needle marred the velvet of its surface. So his expertise is shown here, that at the time of Sadao's father, he collected the moss and he made the moss garden. My old master's son knows very well that ought to do. He told that my old master, Sadao's father's son, this means Sadao, very well know that what he should do. And he now said, pinching a bud from the bush as he spoke, when the man was so near death, why did he not let him bleed? So he was saying that our young master is proud of him, that he can save anyone's life. So if the man was about to die, why he tried to save him? The young master is so proud of his skill to save his life that he saves any life. The cook said contemptuously, with hatred. Uh, the gardener's statement is explained by the cook, that the man is proud of his skill. She split a fowl's neck skillfully and held the fluttering bird and let its blood flow into the roots of the wisteria vine. Blood is the best of fertilizers, and the old gardener would not let her waste a drop of it. यूमी स्प्लिट द फाउल्स नेक, मुर्गे की नेक को अलग कर देती है और उसका जो ब्लड है विस्टीरिया वाइन में डाल देती है. एंड शी नोज़ दैट ब्लड इज़ द बेस्ट फर्टिलाइज़र, अच्छी खाद होती है और गार्डनर इसे वेस्ट नहीं जाने देगा. इट इज़ द चिल्ड्रन हुम वी मस्ट थिंक, यूमी सेड सैडली. What will be their fate if their father is condemned as a traitor? Now Yumi said that we must think about the children. अगर उनके फादर को एज अ ट्रेटर, देशद्रोही के नाम पर सज़ा हो जाती है तो इन बच्चों का क्या होगा. They did not try to hide what they said from the ears of Hannah as she stood arranging the day's flowers in the veranda nearby, and she knew they spoke on purpose that she might hear. They purposefully talking about these things just to clear these things to their mistress Hannah, that they were right she knew to most of her being, but there was another part of her which she herself could not understand. She knew very well that they are talking right, but why they are supporting this person she can't understand. It was not sentimental liking of the prisoner she had come to think him as a prisoner. She had not liked him even yesterday when he said to his in his impulsive way, anyway let me tell you that my name is Tom. So first time the name of the prisoner of war or the enemy is introduced, that Tom is his name, and he forcefully introduced himself to Hannah, but Hannah was not interested. She had only bowed her little distant bow. She saw hurt in his eyes, but she did not wish to assuage it. She saw that the man hurt when she gave no response, but she did not try to cover the situation. Indeed, he was great in trouble in this house. He was also feeling uncomfortable in this house. As the Sadao, every day he examined the wound carefully. The last stitches had been pulled out this morning, and the young man would in a fortnight be nearly as well as ever. So last stitches were opened and pulled out, and about in 15 days he will recover and he will become as normal as earlier he was. Sadao went back to the office and carefully typed a letter in the chief of the police reporting the whole matter. Sadao went to his office and typed the letter and the letter is given written in this inverted commas. On the 21st day of February, an escaped prisoner was washed up on the shore in front of my house. 21st day of February, 21 फरवरी को एक आदमी बचकर मेरे घर के सामने आ गया. So far he typed, then he opened a secret drawer in the desk and put the unfinished report into it. इतना टाइप करके और वो अनफिनिश्ड लेटर अपने ड्रॉर में रख दिया. On the 7th day after that, after typing this letter, on the 7th day, 7 दिनों के बाद, 2 things happened. So these 2 things are very important. In the morning the servants left together. मॉर्निंग में सब लोग सर्वेंट्स इकट्ठे चले गए. देयर बिलोंगिंग्स टाइड इन लार्ज स्क्वेयर कॉटन हैंडकरचीफ. तो बड़े से कपड़े में कॉटन के उन्होंने अपने सामान पैक किया हुआ था. व्हेन हाना गॉट अप इन द मॉर्निंग नथिंग वाज डन. हाना जब सुबह उठी तो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ था. द हाउस नॉट क्लीन एंड द फूड नॉट प्रिपेयर एंड शी न्यू व्हाट इट मेंट. तो ये सब काम नहीं हुए थे तो उसको क्लियर समझ में आ गया कि इसका मीनिंग क्या है. शी वॉज डिसमेड, शी वॉज सरप्राइज एंड इवन टेरिफाइड एंड इवन फ्राइटन. बट डर भी गई. बट हर प्राइड एज अ मिस्ट्रेस वुड नॉट अलाउ हर टू शो इट. शी डिड नॉट show it to the servants. Instant she inclined her head gracefully when they appeared before her in the kitchen, and she paid them off and thanked them for all that they had done for her. Being a mistress, she did not show it to that, and gracefully she held her head down and she thanked for their services and paid them for their services. They were crying, they were weeping, but she did not cry. Being a mistress, she maintained the pride of mistress. The cook and the gardener had served Sadao since he was a boy in his father's house. So सदाओ जब से छोटा सा कुक और गार्डनर तब से उनकी सेवाएं कर रहे थे. एंड यूमी क्राइड बिकॉज ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन. शी वॉज सो ग्रीविंग दैट आफ्टर शी हैड गॉन शी रैन बैक टू हाना, हुमी वॉज टू मच अटैच्ड विद द चिल्ड्रन. और जब रोते रोते वो वापस आई मिलने के लिए हाना से, क्योंकि बच्चों से वो काफ़ी अटैच थी. इफ़ द बेबी मिसेस मी टू मच टू नाइट सेंड मी फॉर मी. आई एम गोइंग टू माई ओन हाउस एंड नो वेयर इट इज़. अगर बेबी मुझे बहुत मिस करे तो आप मुझे रात को बुला लीजिएगा. आपको पता ही है कि मेरा घर कहाँ है. थैंक यू, हाना सेड स्माइलिंग. Hannah thanked for her emotion, but she told herself she would not send for Yumi, however the baby cried. But she herself thought that she will not call Yumi, how much the baby cried. Thank you very much. We will continue the remaining chapter in the next lecture.